Well, I should be on. Hopefully. Maybe. Let's try that again. I should be on, hopefully, maybe around now. Something like that. Am I on? I think I'm on. Thing says I'm live. Anyone else around yet? Probably not, but we'll wait for the count to... I'd say hopefully skyrocket, but that's a bit, that's a bit forward thinking. Okay, we got 2 people, that's a start. Hello, Diego and Ketheld. Ketheld, is that how you say that? I assume it is. I'm gonna need to bring my video manager window up because Mario Kart 8 video anytime soon. I don't have it yet. I mean, once I have it, I'll do a video on it. Like, absolutely. But, right now, I don't have it. So, as soon as I do, I'll get started on a video on it. But right now, I'm just, yeah, I can't. I literally can't. I don't know how to get onto Nintendo PR. It's really hard to get in contact with them. They don't have any emails. They have a phone number, but it's more for corporate than for press stuff. I'm not entirely sure what the deal is with that. Might as well get this started up. So, yeah, I'm not Nintendo Press for anything Nintendo, really. It's a little disappointing, actually, but... Well, it's not that big a deal. I can live with it. So... as I've said in my last weekly update, the Modnation Races road trip service are going down. So I figured I'd just spend an hour or two just fiddling around on them and just, making a sort of historical record, which is, something that I enjoy doing. It's, something I did for the absolute majority of the PlayStation Mobile titles and stuff like that. Also, I'm going to make my video of the Dear God public right now, so if you wanted to go watch that for whatever reason, there you go. I put the, oh wait, I have to unschedule it first, that's annoying. I was going to put it up when the embargo broke, just like everyone else did, but I had both my videos of Puyo Puyo Tetris and the Dear God going live at the same time, so yeah, that was a bit of a cluster. So my Dear God video is live right now if you wanted to go watch that. Otherwise, we can just get started on this. We only have 10 people, which is a little disappointing, but oh well, maybe we'll get more as we go along. This is a fresh save with nothing downloaded, by the way. I don't even think. I must have forgot to upload my save file after I was done with it when I did my video on it about 6 months ago, so we'll basically just be fiddling around with the bare basics, but, you should get Zero Time Dilemma if you enjoyed the first 2. You might as well see how it ends. Alright, let's see how much crap I have to do to get into the online services. I can't remember exactly what I have to do. I don't think I have to do anything now that I think about it, but we'll just come have a look around anyway. So, Track Studio, I want to get to the online stuff, which is here. Okay, Manage Creations, Mod Explorer, Near Gifts, Leaderboards. Okay, let's just get started with downloading some stuff. Because why not? As far as I'm aware, this game doesn't have any online play, so no multiplayer or anything like that, which is a little unfortunate, but oh well. Let's check out the most downloaded stuff. We could even hit Surprise Me if we wanted to, but that'd be a bit odd. Yep, there's some of the ones I remember. I remember the Master Chief and I remember the Iron Man, that's for sure. I'm only going to be picking one to download to be my character. Oh, that Goku looks nice. Ooh, Vegeta. That's the Dead Mouse. There's Sylvester. I cannot tell what that one is in the bottom right. You've got a Homer Simpson and a Kenny there. That's cool. What else we got? Oh, there's Hatsune Miku, Kratos, Wolverine. I have no idea. Oh, that's Ash Ketchum. Ah, Marvin the Martian. I gotta go for Marvin the Martian. That's an awesome looking Marvin the Martian. I actually quite like that. What else we got in here? We have Skeletor, Naruto, Luffy, Green Lantern. There's some Disney characters. Well, it looks like Dracula, but probably isn't. Who is that? That is Spawn. Okay. Yoda, the Hulk, Black Spider-Man, Symbiote Spider-Man, more or less. Shadow the Hedgehog. Who's that? It's the Valkyrie from Macross. Okay. That's not what I was expecting it to be. There's Darth Maul. Another Goku. Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Tanuki Mario. The Monopoly. That is indeed the Monopoly guy. Who would have thought? We have that old snake. Yep. Demon, apparently. It just looks like a mess. But then again, I guess that's what demons want to look like. Now, that's the Eva suit. Yep, I knew that one. The goddamn Evangelion suit. This is so weird. We got Helgast. X-Force? Deadpool. Never heard of it. Darth Vader. Does that even look like Darth Vader? Yeah, that doesn't look like Darth Vader in the slightest. So how's everyone's day? We're going to be going through these for a little while just to show off as many as I can, but if you've got any questions or anything, I'm more than willing to answer them just while I'm here and not really doing that much of any particular note. Regular show, Cloud from Advent Children, another Ava, Cyclops, Steve. Seriously? It blocks ERO? You gotta be kidding me. Good lord. What's we got? We got another Stormtrooper. The Smurfs. That's Carnage, isn't it? Yep, that's indeed Carnage. Krusty the Clown. Super Shadow. No, it's Supersonic. It kind of looks like Super Shadow from this angle, but no, once it's loaded, it's definitely Supersonic. That's Freddy. No, Ghost Rider. Okay, bit odd. Tron Legacy, that's what I thought it was. Pac-Man. That's Scream. Yep, that's indeed Scream. Lego Ninjago Kai. And there's the Black Dead Mouse. Yes, I actually know how to pronounce Dead Mouse. I called it Dead Mouse 5 for years, but no, I eventually got the hang of it. Okay, we got a Creeper. We got Winnie the Pooh. We got Samus, Bowser. What's that? White Dino Power Ranger. Optimus Prime, Thor, another Ava unit. Mr. T, AKBA Baracus, Eva Unit 0. I don't even remember that one. That's weird. Angry Bird, wearing what appears to be a Matrix-style outfit. Well, it's not even a Matrix-style outfit, it's just pure black. Ichigo Hollow, I don't even know what that is. Bob Marley? Well, ain't that odd. And there's C-3PO, which is obvious. Is that the Prospector from Looney Tunes? No, Sam. Sam, sorry. I always forget their bloody names. Well, he is a Prospector, isn't he? There's Deadpool. No, that's the Flash. Never mind. They soon start to get a little bit more hazily designed the more you go into them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Sly Cooper. No, Hal, that's Green Lantern again. What do we got here? Another Goku, they're popular. Another Joker. Tails. That's actually a good looking Tails. That's actually a really nice looking Tails. Well done to them. Oh god, why? Jesus Christ, why? Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. That's a nice... Well, that face is horrifying. Is this being played on the Vita? Yes, it is. What else we got? There's another Marvin the Martian. Seen him twice already. The Animal Muppet from the Muppets. Yep, that's almost exactly right. That's impressive. Kyoka Kisaragi. I have no idea. Pokemon Trainer Girl. That's ooh, Sephiroth. There's Dr. Mario, Batman. These are all pretty basic. Ooh. Now there's one that's not basic. What the hell is that? Full 960. What even is that? That looks like nothing. Big teeth. Lots of teeth. There's the girl from Space Channel 5. Lala, Indiana Jones, Atom Smasher? I do not know Atom Smasher. What the hell is that about? And there's another Kenny and a rabbit. I'll go to page 20 and then we'll go have a look at some cars. There's another Monopoly Man. There's another Crash. There's a Bart Simpson. Bumblebee from Transformers. Yeah, doesn't look anything like him. Speed Racer. What was that? It's Mr. Burns. That actually does kind of look like him. Just can't get the head shape right. Super Saiyan Broly. Yep, I could have guessed that one. Blades the Demon Clown. I got no idea. Master Chief, Mickey Mouse, more Spider-Man, another Master Chief. Another Vegeta. Is that another Angry Bird? Yep, that's another Angry Bird. Captain America, Robin, another Bender. That actually looks a lot like an Angry Bird. That's a lot better than the other one that we found. Olaf the Berserker. I do not know what that is from. Is that Scruffy from Futurama? Indeed it is. Alright, moving on. Another Shadow, another Kratos, another Iron Man. What's that one? Michael Jordan. That's alright. A white Master Chief? No, it's a Lego space minifig. Alright, that makes sense. Harley Quinn. Robot. Kind of looks like Danbo. What else we got? We got Sentinel from the X-Men. That's alright. Nico Bellic. Another Mario. Hataki Kakashi. Is that one of the Naruto characters? It kind of looks like one of the Naruto characters. I've never seen Naruto, so don't even ask. Spawn again. Another Tails. There's the guy from Dead Space over on the left. What happens if I hit Surprise Me? Oh, it gives us a set of 12 that are just completely random. Alright. We got Luffy. We got young Biff Treadwell. Don't even know who that is. The Stig. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right for this game. The Stig. Soul. The Skull Demon? Hell. BGCDT 664. Didrik. Cretin. The Eliminator. Samus. Kakashi is from Naruto. Yes, I thought so. A really weird looking Samus. And Card? I have no idea. Surprise me again, just for the fun of it. The Stig again? Yep, we got the Stig again. Nuclear, I don't know what that is. Duran 2, Solo TCK, Eddie Monroe. Monroe again. Maybe. Rockstar, Ace. Wait, Ace? Nah, it doesn't look anything like the Ace I'm thinking of. Norman, Sheriko, Nathan Drake from Uncharted. That just looks silly. And Saul. Alright, Card Studio then. We could go by, you know, I'll just hit surprise me a few times. We'll see what we come up with. If we don't come up with anything good within a few surprise me's, I'll just go to the top downloaded ones. But looks like we're getting a small selection of decent cars here. Wait for all of them to load. The Cruiser. The Shadow. The Mustang GT. That actually looks pretty nice. Lightning McQueen from Cars 2. Oh god, the eyes. They look like they're in pain. Demos. My Car. Fratani. The Clunge-mobile. Ed. Bumblebee. It doesn't look much like Bumblebee in a muscle car. And that looks kind of neat. Let's go to the most downloaded. Because I can actually recognize the ones that are in most downloaded. What the hell is that? Charizard! Now that's impressive. That I like. I'm going to download that. That's cool. I download everything here, but you can't do it on a massive scale basis, so there's no way to do it without going through them all one at a time, and I imagine someone would be willing to do that, but they're probably going to run out of slots eventually. The Batmobile. Yeah, that looks like the Batmobile. Tron. Too Fast, Too Furious Skyline? Okay. The red Ferrari. It looks okay. A bit small, though. Optimus Prime. Does actually look like Optimus Prime. Although, aren't the colours reversed? Isn't the front red and the back... Isn't the front blue and the back red? Speed Racers Mark V. That actually looks pretty nice. The High Flyer, which looks like a bloody aeroplane. That's pretty cool, actually. The A-Team van. Well, to be fair, I've never really seen the A-Team, so I don't know what that looks like. Magikarp? That's a really neat design. I find it hard to believe that's unique. What's the creation info got? We got the creator info. Mr. Fawn's Time Machine. Online stats. Views this week, views last week. Downloads this week and last week. Custom, priceless, shiny, and weird. Those are some weird tags. We got comments? Nice. Chajama, good. How do I download? Good. You are the best. QQ, KKQ, KQ, KKQK. Vote for Greenfire. I like it. Isk isk. Good, good, good. Smiley face. Cool, nice. Bellcart. Ist das Teil aus Big Bang? Sorry, but I think it's ugly. Good, good car. I didn't even notice the comments section the last time I came through here. Let's see what the Charizard has to say about it. Super effective against all races. That's probably right. Look at the size of it. Comments. Pokemon. Good. YGGHHJ. This car is awesome, dude. Hey, Bello. Good. Thank you. Hola. Ola. Sick man. How'd you make this? Assombroso. Good job. Respect. Amazing. I love this. Good. Lopfiun. I want the car. Your car is wicked. Fantastic car. I love this car and Pokemon. JJKN. Good luck to me pronouncing this one. Fidhugus. A good shirt. Found anyone online? I don't think you can do online racing in this game, which kind of sucks. Might as well enter my own comment. Well done. Does it actually show up at the top? Indeed it does. Alright. So he gets to have the pleasure of having me comment on his car. Let's have a look at a few more. Another Tron car. Is that meant to be Bumblebee again? Oh no, it's the Mazda RX-7 from the Fast and Furious. The Joker's car, police racer, Thomas the Tank Engine right there. That's awesome, actually. That's pretty awesome. Speed Demon, which just looks like the Charizard car, but reskinned. Lexus SC300. The GT. The Cobra. And that's obviously the Ecto one. Let's see what else we've got. Another Tron car. Another Tron car. Oh no, it's Shark Week. Kind of looked like a Tron car. It's by Cuda God of War again. That guy's talented. Bugatti Veyron S Sport. Blood Demon? Hello, Panda. Oh, look at that. Yeah. That's this guy is intensely talented. Who would have thought, huh? AGM 0. I do not know what that's from. Will the creation info have anything to tell me about it? The Mitsubishi A6M flown by Imperial Japan. Download the pilot to complete the look. Now that's interesting. Off-road, mean nostalgic and weathered. One of the best cars ever. Pooh. Cool. Vicintene Discagen Voten. I'm hoping that means I voted this car up, because it's a pretty damn cool car. And we have a pirate ship. With what appear to be... Oh, no, those are flags. They kind of look like scythes. But, alright. I wonder if anyone's made any Dark Souls cars, just out of curiosity. I'll have to search that once we're through a few pages of this. Monopoly Car Gold Edition, the General Lee. A Lamborghini. The Mystery Machine. That's pretty cool. Swiss cheese. That looks like a Tonka dump truck. No, it's School Racer. Motor Stormer? This looks like a Mario Kart. Yep, that is indeed a Mario Kart. TMNT van. What the hell is this one meant to be? The Iron Horse. I don't have a clue. Alright, Batmobile. Again. Scorpion Kart. So it's just a Scorpion Kart. It's not Scorpion's Kart from, what's it called? Mortal Kombat. The Fifth Dimension. RTR Turbo. Ooh, the Halo Warthog. It's going to be kind of hard to resist, but I've already got the Charizard, so I don't want to spend too much time downloading cars. The Patriotic USA Kart. It's a bit odd. Candy Roboto Kart. The RK2, Future Squad, and Ferrari, and the Batmobile again. Here's a bit itchy. Sweet Tooth Ride, Dirty Berry. Actually, what does the Sweet Tooth Ride look like? That looks pretty intense. The A-Team van again. Brains, which is a coffin turned into a car. That's actually a pretty neat concept. I like that. Need for Speed Police, another Lamborghini, a snowplow. Be better if it was Mr. Plow. Lightning McQueen, Optimus Prime again. Another Warthog. Trophy Truck, General Lee. Lynx Car. These are all the Vita-specific ones. We could go and run through the PS3 servers, but... Oh, look, there's another theme on the Charizard. Strawberry Meow Meow. Okay. And all these other cars look like pretty basic representations, so we'll just move straight to the next page. We have the Joker-mobile, of course. Bite This Bullet. A fire truck. Some pretty basic cars down here too. Yeah, the Deadpool-mobile, of course. Another Charizard rip-off. Helter Skelter? Alright, I'm going to refine my search. Just out of curiosity. Oh, I have to do, just keywords. I can't just, I can't search for names or anything. Like, hang on, let me go back and hit, yeah, there we go, search by text. Just out of pure curiosity. We've got one page. No. Probably be a better idea to check the actual, races for it. Then again, I am doing text search, so if I'd be looking for people who, I have to look for the names of some characters, so, let's search for my favorite boss in the series. I don't even know if I've spelled that right. Nope, no, I think I did spell it right. That's unfortunate. Before I continue on, I just need to remember if I can't just do, like, recommended tracks online, can I? Nope, those are all, San Diego studios. Right, so I have to go and download tracks. So we will be downloading a bunch of tracks this time around, which means this section will be a little bit slower, which is unfortunate, but we will do that. So, I think on the tracks we're going to go by highest rated. So, let's have a look. A track, Bums 1, AJR, Drift 4 Days, Hate Track 1, Asphalt, Dude 69, Ease Dude Race, Dude's Track. No, that's shit. Let's see if we can find something better. What about Most Raced? Never mind. Most downloaded? Mod Coaster. Oh, whatever. We'll give it a shot. Cow Creator Hawaii. Now, this guy is talented. This guy's got a lot of talent. So let's... Coup to God of War. I wonder if I can just search via his creations. I wonder if that's a thing I can do. Oh, I can refine my search. Okay, what I want to do is I want to enable the AI and I want to enable auto reset. I was about to say, I can do the SD Studios faves. That's entirely possible. So if I hit back now, what happens? Uh-huh. There's a plane going overhead. I apologize for that. This game has some of the worst frame rates. It sure does. Oh, screw it. I'll just download everything that's here. If it's AI enabled and auto reset enabled, it's probably worth the time to race. So while I'm just down here downloading random tracks, how's everyone doing? Space Modity. I would like to have seen LBP karting on Feeder. Didn't they take the servers down for that recently? At least I think that's what they did. It's unfortunate. It was made by the same people who made Modnation Races, wasn't it? How was it? Actually, I always wondered about that. I never really knew how that game was. A mod's tale. Okay. And what else we got? A 3-hour tour. What else we got? We got Crazy Castle and Monaco. Monaco GP? Some bugs and AI moments, but it's a solid karting game. Okay. I have a PS3 here, but I don't have a working controller for it. I bought one just so I could get through the Yakuza games on PS3, but I'm barely halfway through Yakuza 4 and the bloody controller broke, so now I've had to go and order another one. Thank God that Hori does pads that are compatible with both PS3 and PS4, because God knows I've been wanting a different controller for the PS4 for a while. I just find the PS4 pad by default to be really uncomfortable. A view from the pier, the Amazon River run. I'm just going to be a little bit more selective this time. Escher Town. Why not? Do you have Lego City on Switch? No, I'm not that big of a fan of Lego games. They all feel roughly the same to me, so... Asian Frenzy. Baseball Bonanza. Alright, I'll give this one a shot. I haven't actually played Lego City, but I've heard that it's alright, but it's still the same basic, It's still the same basic... What's it called? Yeah, the Lost City of Atlantis. Why not? Sounds interesting. I heard that Lego City Undercover did some neat things, and that its humor is still on par as always, but it's still the same sort of Lego gameplay, and that's kind of what turned me off it. Fast Drifting, Jungle Drumble, Jurassic Island, Deja Vu 2, Time Well Spent, Deja Vu 3, Hunt Circuit, and that seems to be about it. Alright. It's a big open world city which is neat on Switch. I imagine. Right. So, if I mark someone as one of my favorite creators, then I should be able to find them. So if I mark, what's his name? Did he not have something on this page? Yeah, there we go. So if I mark this guy as one of my favorite creators, how do I do that? View the creator card. I'd like to see a Modnation 2. Who wouldn't, mate? Who wouldn't? Okay, now I can see his creations. Oh god, look at that! Oh, he only made 2 tracks. That's unfortunate. But he made 4 cars. He made Shark Week, the Police Interceptor, and the Hello Panda. And he made something like almost 24 mods. So yeah, he made Pokemon Trainer Blue. He made the Nurse from Silent Hill. He made Krang from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't even know who that is. I've only seen the newer animated series. So Sentinel from the X-Men. And by the newer one, I mean like the 2003 one, whichever one it was. Sagat from Street Fighter and Noob Saibot. That's kind of neat. Who's that? Wheatley and Peabody. Oh, the face does kind of look like Wheatley, so nothing wrong with that. He made Skull 1. What's Skull 1? I don't see Skull 1, but then again, I don't know what the fuck Skull 1 is, so... Oh well. Alright, I saw this guy show up a lot. MNRRT. I wonder how many creations he has. Okay, he has 8 mods. Future Officer, Biff Tradwell again, Miss Sinister, Sammy, Mr. Faunt, Biffbot 9001, Captain Spiffy, and Empty. Empty. Oh, he's the one who made the magic card. That's neat. That's pretty damn neat. Okay, here's his tracks. And I've got, like, most of them already. That's kind of sad. Yeah, he's the one who did all the Deja Vus. He did the Temple of Zoom. And Vines on a Plane. If that isn't meant to be Snakes on a Plane, I don't know what is. Noob Saibot is from Mortal Kombat. Yes, I know that much. I need to get around to playing Mortal Kombat 9 again, actually. I've been wanting to do a video on it for a while, but, well, with the amount of videos I've been doing recently, it's just kind of hard to find time to get into the backlog, especially when I've got, like, half a dozen backlog videos that haven't gone up on this channel yet, so... Roulette Raceway Casino. Hang on. Refine my search so that the AI can be enabled on these tracks. And that we have auto reset. It didn't show up in the favorites, but it still might show up here. Yes, good, okay. I'm just going to download tracks that look interesting at this point. You just platted Odin Sphere last week. Congratulations. I haven't played it since I did my video on it, which is an absolute fucking shame. I know it is, but for the life of me, I cannot just find the time to play games like Odin Sphere. I just can't play games that take a long time. Like, I've only got 3 hours in Persona 5 just because I basically can't bring myself around to do it, because it's either I'm going to have to put it down halfway through because I'm just going to run out of bloody time, or I'm going to get stuck in it and I'm going to end up neglecting the channel, which is a bad thing that I don't want to do either way. So, I don't know, maybe when I retire, I'll have to think about getting through the games that I want to get through. Tatooine on Star Wars, okay. The Lost City of Atlantis, but it's completely sunk. Easiest Drift Star track. Tactical Skybase. Okay, you've caught my attention. I could imagine a Modnation Races 2 with planes and hovercars. That'd be great. Landfill Island, Sun City, they look pretty basic from above. Although they look fairly well designed at the very least. There's that Amazon track again. Seaside Speedway. Luigi's Mansion. Alright, you've caught my attention. Dragon's Crown has gone down in price a couple of times. I think. I could be wrong. I've always been wrong. Like this... I'm fairly incompetent. I tend to make a lot of mistakes. Sherbet Land. Oh, I have to. Everyone hates that track, but I have to. Alright, what else we got? We got Hold the Mustard. I have no idea. Extreme Carnival Jump. I've actually played that one. Didn't I play that one on my video? I don't remember. Royal Raceway. That'd be kind of neat, but it's a fairly basic track, so I won't really worry about it. Another Tatooine Star Wars track. Ice Empire. Boardwalk. It looks fairly interesting from above. I'll give it a look. Dead Race, The Great Camel Chronicles, City Park Run, Seaside Sunset, Wet and Wild Speedway, and another drifting one. That's the problem with making tracks. Having to make tracks that do like make drifting really easy, because you end up just absolutely loaded with them. Like I just hit Surprise Me and look at all this crap. I never played the PSP version. What was the PSP version like? I think we're going to start racing now. We've got a few tracks downloaded, and we can go and download stuff from the PS3 versions as well. But God almighty. That will be, there's the Empire Strikes Back track that I did on the video that one time. No, there's the one I played. That was Elite Splash Island. Waluigi Stadium. That's actually kind of awesome. Bloody hell. I'm not going to bloody go racing, am I? I'm going to refine my search to AI enabled and auto reset. Please stop telling me you love me. It's going to give me an ego. Not like I don't have one already, but... Egypt, the Lost City of Atlantis again. Olympic Park, Dino Crazy, Infinity Drifter, Yoshi Circuit, Gotham City. Top Gear Test Track, that's kind of awesome. Let's get that Castle Coaster. That one looks interesting. First impressions are everything, huh guys? Ha ha ha. Considering what I do on this bloody channel all the bloody time. Now, what I don't get is why they don't let you, like, make just a custom playlist of random tracks that you pull off the internet. And then just, like, play them through on a quick race or something like that. I didn't mean to go back to page 2. Bloody hell. Best Monaco Grand Prix, Paradise Lap. Now, I like that, but there's a reason for it. Anyone remember Gran Turismo 4, the Costa di Amalfi track? That was my absolute favorite track in any racing game that's, like, realistic. And I'm disappointed that it's never shown up in any other racing game except, like, Forza 3 or something like that. Beach Resort, Rome, Super Mario Kart, Empire City from Infamous, Big Hermitage, Water Park Speed 2050, Choices, DK Mountain, and You Think You're Good, spelt horribly. Actually, no, that hasn't got very many stars, so we won't worry about that one. The PSP version had online. Fucking hell. Okay. I didn't know that. Jumping the Great Wall, The Construction Zone, Ghost Valley. That's from Super Mario Kart. Wario Stadium, The Island Volcano, Aztec, Delfino Square. We'll do one more page, and then we'll actually go back and do some racing. Camel Pyramid, the Butler Cup, America Oh So Beautiful. You can see the pride coming from his paws there. Warp Drive. Just a giant donkey right there, Donkey Kong. Good lord, what the hell is that meant to be? Do you like memes? What's that supposed to mean? Avatar Pandora. Neat. DK Jungle Parkway. Crash Team Racing Tiger Temple. Sewer Surfing. Rainbow Road. Rainbow Road? Ah, screw it. We'll download that entire bottom row. Expand a dong. What? The PSP game I put the most hours in was Phantasy Star Portable 2. Mine would be Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. I got 90 hours into that game in like 2 weeks. That game was basically a full-time job for me. Oh, it's a meme. Oh, okay. Somehow I managed to make it so that it's showing the bloody Donkey Kong while another one's selected. God damn. I tried to play Phantasy Star Portable 2, but I kind of got lost with it. I don't remember exactly what went wrong for me with it, but I, oh well. And the Crash Team Racing Tiger Temple. Sneeze. Alright, let's go racing. I spent 45 minutes just looking around on the servers, so nobody can say that I wasn't at least somewhat thorough. There are other features as well, like the bloody Mod Explorer, where you literally just take the bloody game around the world, and the more places you visit, the more special things you get. There's the token shop. It's really hard to navigate this menu. You have to do like these massive ass swipes, and you're not sure if you've done it right until the damn thing moves to the next thing, because it can sprint back. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, quick race. How many tracks did I download? Probably too fucking many. Stop. Yeah, too fucking many looks just about right. I will start writing on tracks and then I'll be deleting them as I go through just to make sure I don't accidentally race against the same bloody ones. So we'll start at the very beginning, shall we? First thing I want to do is I want to swap my cart and my, I want to swap my cart and my person. My mod, as they call it. Marvin the Martian, there he is. Alright. How many AI races can I have? Up to 7, that'll do. And just for the purpose of relaxing and taking it easy, we'll do easy difficulty and see how that goes. Do you wish to turn on driver assist? No, thank you. I wish my Vita didn't break. The right analog got messed up and it keeps going down. I've broken 2 left analog sticks on my Vitas. One's still waiting to be sent back, and my other one is the one you're watching this video on right now. Where do you find this game digitally at this point? I can't imagine there's any physical copies left. At least left that aren't for sale already. Loading times are a bit shit. You're going to import another Vita if yours breaks? Yeah, I have a backup Vita just for myself for when I decide to finally get around to actually playing the fucking games. Yeah, it's extra drift in this game, isn't it? Yep. If I can just avoid running into the wall. What's my weapon button? Triangle. Okay. Go to world. I will most certainly go to world. Ha. There's a shortcut there, but I missed it. Go the drift. Put that mine down. Someone's already gone in front of me, but oh dear. Hit by what appears to be an energy field of some kind. That? What the fuck is that? I did not see what the hell that statue was. That's concerning. That was lap 1, huh? Spin. Let's take the shortcut this time. It's a nice looking boat. You don't normally get nice looking boats in racing games. Like, did anyone ever see the bloody, oh, triangle is to absorb the weapon, not to use it. Okay. So how do I use the weapons? Oh no, I have to hold, you hold triangle to absorb, you press it to use it. Okay. Another bloody plutonium mine. Ow. Is it intentional for there to be no game audio? Shit, really? How's that? Oh, that looked just like Marvin the Martian too. Have you ever played a game called, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time? That game, it's purely below average. Like, I mean, it is a really basic 3D platformer in an age where 3D platformers were king, but I love that game to death, and I could not tell you why. That game is really good in my eyes. Are you planning on a Mario Kart 8 Super Mario Fun Time? If you're meaning to ask, do you plan on streaming it? Possibly. I can only hear your voice. It's probably because I have the desktop muted. Hang on. This is dumb. There. Sorry, you should be able to hear the bloody game now. Okay, single player race. Goodbye, Boardwalk. Sherbet Land from Mario Kart. It appears to sort the tracks randomly, so I'll be getting the tracks in a random order. I just accidentally turned on driver assist. I should probably say never use it next time. Hopefully you should be able to hear the game audio now. Sound now? Really low. I can't hear... Well, I can hear the sound. I just can't tell how it's gonna... How loud... I can't tell how loud it's going to be on your side without getting your guys' opinions on it. So, yeah. That looks like a shortcut up there. Penguins! No, this channel will not become a kart racing channel. That'd be kind of neat. Snow boulder, huh? Snow joke, the snow boulder. Can I fire it backwards? No, but I can sure roll it forwards and immediately go into the bloody fence post. Alright. Time to confirm a suspicion. No, that's completely off track. And I fall into the water? What? What? Okay. Fuck you, game. Jesus Christ. Penguins apparently don't have any, contact collisions at all. Oh god, never mind, turn it back down. I'll turn it down just a little bit. There we go. Oh no. Ow. You prefer silky smooth 30 FPS. I prefer 60 because I am a PC Master Race wench. And yet I play PlayStation Vita games for YouTube. Who would have thought? Oh, Jesus. Cinematic kart racing. That's entirely right. That is entirely right. Swarm. Okay. Man, there's definitely some rubber banding going on in this game, even on easy. Hydra. I might as well fire off the Hydra. Oh dear lordy lord. That's impressive. Alright, what's next? How long have you had the Vita? Since the launch. My first two games were Uncharted and Lumines. Goodbye, Sherbet Land. Hello, Luigi's Mansion. Alright. I actually remember dropping into my local EB Games a few years ago and asking them like every hour or so whether or not they had the demo Vita set up. And I eventually got in at a time when they had the demo Vita set up and it felt awesome. So I don't really care about FPS if the game is good enough. The thing is, the low FPS can I was going to say infect, but it's more like affect things like controls and stuff like that. So an overclocked Vita can run Borderlands 2 at a stable 30. Blue Maxima's next channel is going to be on the PSP Go only. I actually have a PSP Go. A friend of mine had it, and he's like, I've got nothing to do on it. I don't know why I bought it. I don't like any of the games. And I say to him, well, can I have it? I can do shit with it. And the first thing I did was, of course, hack it. And I put Genesis games on there because one of his favorite games is the old Road Rash on Genesis. And the first thing he says to me when, well, I go and I show him it, and I'm like, oh, I put all these PSP games on here, and he's like, oh, that's kind of neat. But he didn't really seem that interested. And then I'm like, oh, well, I also put this Genesis emulator on here, and he starts foaming at the mouth. Like, as soon as I show him Road Rash, he's like, I want it back. Can I have it back? Can I have it back? And I'm like, come on, dude. You should have known how to do this, because he's more capable with computers than I am, and I do tech support sometimes. So, you really should have known how to do it. I need to get that thing back out again, but every time I get it out, I'm like, oh, I'm going to play a bunch of games and shit on this one. Oh, right, I only have 16 gig of space on this thing. I can't fit everything I want to put on it. Oh, well, back in the drawer it goes, and I repeat the same process 3 months later. I really do need to actually put some use into it. The thing is, my hands are really big, so it makes them cramp up. So, it's kind of unfortunate. If I have to use, like, the analog stick or the shoulder buttons, I basically can't do it on that thing, because it just hurts too badly. I can't find any M2s available anywhere. M2's the only thing that goes in the PSP Go, and I can't find them anywhere for a price that isn't completely ridiculous. It sucks. Big hands, you know what that means. Yes, I also have big feet. What of it? Is the PS3 version going offline? Not that I know of. As far as I'm aware, it's only the Vita version, but, you know, if the Vita version servers go down, you won't be able to access the PS3 stuff from the Vita either, so kind of sucks. Oh, cock. I just ran over a crocodile. Is it just me, or the PSP games emulated on the Vita look super pixelated? Yes, because they're literally being doubled in resolution. That's the whole point. Like, the Vita screen is 960 by 544, the PSP is 480 by 272. If you want a PSP experience that isn't super pixelated, picking up an emulator that can do PSP stuff, like PPSSPP, and increasing the internal resolution will give you that. It's ridiculous how good some PSP games look. Your channel is awesome, man. Been watching for years. That's cool. I know I've got a fair few people like that. I don't recognize your name though. You don't look like someone who's commented a lot. I'm running into walls constantly. I recognize people who comment a lot on this channel. It's certainly something. You have an option on the Vita to adjust the pixelation. Yeah, that's bilinear filtering, but it doesn't really do much. It just makes everything look blurred. It's unfortunate. What was the PSP Go even advertised to do? It was meant to be something of more than a few years ahead of its time. A digital-only platform, but it's really useful for people who want to mod it, considering it's got 16 gig of internal storage. Something the Vita should have had from day one, more than really. Big feet, no, big hands, no girls, so it doesn't matter. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. It's very unfortunate, but it's also exactly right. Peace Walker still looks like crap. It's a PSP game, dude. What are you going to do? It looked great on the PSP back in the day. Have you heard about RPCS3? Yes, I've tried it, but it doesn't run anything at a realistic speed. It's still very early in development, so unfortunately, there won't be much to show for it for a while. It's nice that it's actually being worked on, though, unlike, like, say, a 360 emulator. But then again, I only did try a couple of games on it, and that was Demon's Souls and Super Robot Wars Z3 Parts 1 and 2. and Super Robot Wars 3C3 didn't work, and Demon Souls ran like crap, but that's because I don't have a very fantastic PC. Yeah, it is some fantastic progress, as you said, though, so that's it's perfectly fine, in my opinion. Give them time. They've got a developer working full-time on RPCS3 now, so hopefully it'll start making some really good progress in the future. That's some nice exterior design going on here. It's got a lot of work put into it. All the missiles and the overhangs. Oh, we even get to go through the spaceship. Awesome. Very white floor there, though. It looks almost unfinished. That's a bit odd. What? Okay, that was odd. That did not look like I'd fall right through it, but okay. Neat vines and everything going on there. Apparently we can go whatever way we please. As long as I don't run into the wall. I just accidentally swallowed a level 2 pickup. That's not what I wanted to do. Some people complain about pop-up, but that's some nice pop-up right there. I'm drowning in females. That's not even his real voice. He hides it so he can get a break from them. Oh, if only, mate. If only. I had a great PSP emulator, but you had to know your Japanese if you want to make it work, but it's on my old PC. PPSSPP works fine. There's only a couple of games on it that don't really work properly. The one game I'm most disappointed that doesn't work properly in that is Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. Who needs Mario Kart when you've got this? Who needs Mario Kart when you've got Sonic and All-Stars? Ow. Really should have kept paying attention to the screen there. I was looking at the chat. I'm trying to get the chat in the right place. I just want to play Tales of Vesperia PS3 on the emulator. I want to play, Skate, I guess? Alright, let's avoid that floor. Oh dear, what happened? So, I had my microphone muted that entire time. We're about to do a minute's silence, which is a thing that Australians do, because it's remembering the Anzacs who landed in World War One. It's a little bit of a weird thing, but I'm not going to argue too heavily against it, so when it actually starts, I'll let you know, or the radio will let you know, because my mother has just gone and brought a radio into the room next door. Apparently there's a lot of ads going on the radio right now. Okay, so the minute that the silence was supposed to happen's come and gone. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but whatever. I in the alternate universe where Vita was a success, GT Vita exists. I was so disappointed in Gran Turismo PSP because when they first announced it, it was going to be Gran Turismo 4 Portable, and Gran Turismo 4 is still my favorite in the series to this day. So yeah, I was disappointed in that. Is it worth getting Cyber Sleuth? Yeah, that's totally worth getting it. It's a shame Digimon World didn't come out. It's a shame Digimon World didn't come out on the Vita. I would have loved to have played that in English. I'll probably pick it up on PS4 for like 20 bucks or something, but yeah, definitely not playing it right off the bat. I mean, my backlog on Vita, on PS4, is like 10 games long, so yeah, I need to finish Yakuza 0 so I can go back to the PS3 ones. I need to play Nier, I need to play Persona, I need to play Kingdom Hearts. I have so many games that I need to play on that goddamn thing. Considering that we're on Tatooine right now, does anyone remember Star Wars Episode 1 Racer on the Nintendo 64? There's something that I've always wanted to do. I grew up on the PS1 and Nintendo 64, right? So I've always wanted to go through and play every single game that ever came out on those consoles and do videos on them, but I feel like just covering Vita and Switch makes that goal pretty much impossible. Not to mention the fact that there's PS1 games or N64 games that I'll probably never get my hands on. I mean, I have, what does Rock Slide look like? Oh dear. I have, most PS1 and N64 games. I somehow managed to get off track, and I'm probably not gonna, yeah. I'd love to do that someday, but I'm not going to be doing that for a long time at least. That'd be great. What else we got going on in the chat? The dub is horrid for Persona 5. It's not horrid, but I definitely wouldn't put it in the same area as like Persona 4. Persona 4 is great. The cover system needs some work. I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to there. You're still waiting for my PS4 he's still waiting for his PS4 to arrive. That's unfortunate. Is that a Dragonite mod? No, it's Charizard. You need to play Mario Kart come Friday. Yeah, I will be picking it up. I am going to put some money on my Nintendo eShop account. I'm going to be buying it as soon as I can get my hands on it. No question. Expand, mate. I have no time to expand because I'm already just full up on videos and shit to do. Like, seriously. I did like 4 or 5 videos over the course of the last weekend. I did my 2 weekly updates. I did my Dear God video, my Puyo Puyo Tetris video, and my Wonder Boy video. I don't have any time to slip in bloody PS1 and N64 videos too. I really don't. I'm so jealous you got code for Puyo Puyo Tetris. I don't know how I got it. I signed up for it, and they just gave it to me. I didn't think I was going to get it. I signed up for code for, like, Persona 4. They didn't give me that, but I guess maybe it's just because I'm doing a lot of, Switch coverage that they gave me that. Oh, well, when Shin Megami Tensei 5 or whatever the bloody hell it is that they're doing that HD project of comes out, I'll be getting that for sure, at least. I'm probably going to suck at it, but still. I screwed up. My Pokemon Master Badge should be removed. Man, I don't really like Pokemon anymore. I tried playing Sun and Moon, but it just got on my nerves. Like, the last game in the series I enjoyed was Black and White. And the last game that my favorite game in the series that I truly loved was, Emerald. So, yeah, I don't think it's gone to a good place. There are a lot of games like that for me with Nintendo, like Mario and Luigi, and just Mario in general. I'm hoping Super Mario Odyssey turns out good. Imagine if Blue starts reviewing PC games too. Oh man, I would like to do PC games as well, but again, Vita and Switch are kind of taking up the entire schedule, so Shin Megami Tensei HD might come to PS4. It is coming to PS4, but if it's coming to Switch, I have an excuse. You sold your PS4, you almost never played on it. Oh, that's alright. I hope you step on a Lego. No! Why would you wish that on someone? I have a huge tub of Lego that I could accidentally step on. Why would you wish that on me? Pokemon Sun is indeed a slow start. Someone wanted me to get Pokemon Sun and Moon just so I could help him with his trading. As far as I'm aware, he's actually completed his Pokédex, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why people go for the Pokédex these days. I mean, back when Pokemon Red and Blue came out, it was an achievement. Today, it's just mindless nonsense. Not to mention that bloody speedrun they put up on Awesome Games Done Quick, where a guy managed to get it done with glitches in 2 hours at time. So it just kind of, it doesn't feel anywhere near as special as it used to. Yeah, bloated. That's definitely the word for it. Bloated is absolutely right. I should start doing streams where I just pull out random PS1 games. Like, I've got all the games, and I've got all the emulators to do it with. Like, Modnation has really come along in the past few years. It's got a horrendously accurate PS1 emulator. I've got Zebra, which does some also horrendously accurate PS1 emulation, just with a bit of tweaking that needs to be done. And EPSXE still works pretty well, although not as well. You're one of those Gen 1ers, yeah. I'm more of a Gen 3er, just because the diversity of Pokemon and the Battle Frontier was definitely more jam, but even though I never really won anything with it, but there you go. No Charizard, no Infernape, no deal. A lot of hand-holding with the EXP share, but I want to finish it fast, so it's fine. Yeah, that I don't mind as much. I definitely don't mind EXP being shared around a lot. It just removes some grind, which that's perfectly fine by me. Would you do Switch Virtual Console vids? I don't think so. I didn't really grow up in that era unless they start doing Nintendo 64 Virtual Console on the Switch. And even then, it'll probably just be the really obvious games. So, you know. I heard the Modnation has good Saturn emulation. It does. It really does. I was playing, fucking Chorokyu Park. If anyone's ever heard of Road Trip, the, Japanese name of that game, which came out on PS2, is Chorokyu HG2. And Chorokyu is a massive series. It's also come out under the names like Gadget Racers and Penny Racers. And I've played every single game in that goddamn series. So, I'd like to think I'd know about that series a lot. And I was playing Chorokyu Park, which is the Saturn version of that, and it worked fine. I haven't played very many other Saturn games on it. I need to play Guardian Heroes on it, just to make sure that works. Because if there's a Saturn emulator that doesn't work with Guardian Heroes, it's blasphemy. But, well, I'll just have to, I'll have to do that on my own time, won't I? In Before Parasite Eve, never played it. I know people are going to hate me for that one, but I've never played Parasite Eve, so... Fucking explosive barrels. The alternative is Pokemon... The Pokemon is 20 years old and almost never gets a game that... Then the game it does get is universally hated. I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that. That's a little bit weird English. I might be reading it wrong. If you play near, have a tissues ready for both uses. I've already seen 2 Bs. B. So, whatever. Yeah, what are you talking about, TJB? Okay, it's not just me. I couldn't finish Parasite Eve 2. I've played the 3rd birthday, actually, now that I think about it. And I know people are going to hate me for that one, but in my defense, I didn't play very much of the 3rd birthday because I thought it was a bit crap. So, there you go. The shooting and the ideas in it were kind of neat in the same way that Siphon Filter is kind of neat with its targeting system, but it just turned out to be more of a chore to play than anything else. Men Defense Saturn emulator is a bitch to get running. Get RetroArch. RetroArch does fine. Oh. Really? What a place to get stuck. There's no DLC for Pokemon. It's a bit odd, but nothing too out of the ordinary, I guess. Oh well, I came 2nd. That's good enough. You modded Nier chart into... Oh, custom made? Really? What's wrong with you? Oh, I get it. The alternative is Pokemon is 20 years old and almost never gets the game. Then the game it does get is universally hated, like Metroid and Star Fox. Right, I follow you now. I follow exactly what you're saying there. Ice Mountain Run. Yeah, RetroArch supports all the Mendefen cores, which basically means just PC Engine, Saturn, and PlayStation. But RetroArch is a bit of a pain in the ass, though. I've had trouble trying to figure it out. I've been trying to get perspective texture correction working on the Mendefen PSX hardware core, but it always crashes. I can't figure out why it crashes so much. Oh, you meant Pokken the fighting game. You've never played Vagrant Story either? I've been meaning to play it. I own the PS1 Classic. I've just never gotten around to it. There's a bunch of PS1 games I want to get around to playing, which is the reason why I do that thing where I cover absolutely every single game. But, yeah, again, I can't do it. Not realistically. I do it as a sort of historical preservation thing. I love historical preservation of consoles. Like, there's a book being kickstarted right now called the PlayStation Anthology, and it was originally made by a French team, and the French team created a series of 3 books, and these 3 books covered a sense of the PlayStation's history. The first book did from 1940 Sony to 1998. The second book did 1999 to 2002, and then the third to 2000, sorry. And then the third book did 2001 to 2006, or something like that. It was just a period of the Sony's life in each of the 3 books. And in each of the 3 books, it did reviews, like small blurbs, on every single game in the PlayStation library. They only missed a very, very small few. And I wanted that book to be in English so bad because they only ever released the French versions. But when they announced they were going to translate the PlayStation books, they only did the 1 book, and it's nothing but the interviews and the historical parts, and I am so disappointed. I am legit disappointed. I was checking their Twitter feed constantly, because they were going to do a Neo Geo book, but the Neo Geo book got DMCA'd by SNK for whatever reason, so I was like, this has to mean they're going to be doing the Neo Geo version next. This has to... not the Neo Geo, the PlayStation 1 next. It has to mean that. And I was checking their Twitter like every 3 days, because that's exactly what I was expecting them to do, and that's exactly what they did, just, without the reviews. That looks beautiful in PS1 games. It makes PS1 games look like Dreamcast games. It does. Like, the PS1, despite the weird things that it did, was really far ahead of its time, so, yeah. It's a shame, really. You saw the Nintendo PlayStation at MagFest this year. That thing's weird. That thing really is weird. I mean, it's a shame that no games have got made for it. It would have been nice to see some of the technical capabilities of it. Now it just loads SNES games. At least that's as far as I'm aware. Suikoden 1 and 2. I have Suikoden 1, but not Suikoden 2. Those are definitely games that I do want to get around to at some point. But again, since I'm not going to be doing the whole PlayStation and N64, and even Saturn, I'd be more than willing to do Saturn with the Mednafen Saturn core. Just do the whole generation as one thing. But it's yeah, unless I get like a stupid amount of views or a stupid amount of money or something like that. I don't know. Just if circumstances ended up with the ability to me to do that, I'd probably not be able to do it. Have you tried Dolphin or CEMU on my PC? Dolphin, yes. I use it to play Time Splitters every now and again. CEMU, no. Because I have nothing I want to play on the Wii U. That's pretty much it. Hyrule Warriors came out on 3DS and they fucked with Xenoblade Chronicles X too much to my liking. So I decided not to play that. Despite the fact that I enjoyed what I played as Xenoblade Chronicles, which is a problem. Do a Pokemon Galaxy Switch video. A what? Pokemon Galaxy Switch. What? Will Bayonetta stay a slave to Nintendo forever? Well, I mean, they just brought out Bayonetta 1 on PC, so hopefully not. I got both of my Vita, but Suikoden 2 got removed from PSN, but it's still on your download list. That's weird. I don't know why they would get removed from PSN. Don't they own the rights to that? Oh well, that game's going to go back up in price again. Are you still doing the Vita Top 100 games? Yes. I have the audio files recorded. I'm going to be, I was originally going to integrate it into my weekly update, but I realized that that's probably not going to be the best way to go about things, so it's probably just going to be its own unique video. I'm going to have to start editing at some point like today, so it'll be ready for next Saturday, so yeah. That is still happening. And if I don't get it, like, edited to a decent spot, I'm just going to have a video where the audio clips literally just play back to back and that's it. That's all I'm going to be doing. Do a Pokemon Galaxy Switch. It's a rumored Switch port of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Isn't that Pokemon Stars? Do another Dear God video. Fuck you. I want to play Tokyo Mirage Session or CEMU on CEMU sometime with that GBA Temp on Sensor mod. Yeah. That was a bit weird. Like, censoring the bones, it doesn't look right when you look at it. It really doesn't. It looks like she has no legs. Okay, oh god, we still have so many tracks to go. Fucking hell. You know, Bayo 2 is the only Platinum game Nintendo has full exclusivity of. Yeah, it's a bit weird like that. You'd think, well, you got Nier, which is on PS4. You got, Bayonetta, which is, Wii U. And then you've got, Scalebound, which is never coming out. Which is very odd, indeed. Still waiting on Freedom Wars 2. It's coming, I'm sure, with Half-Life 3. Yes. I don't think they're going to continue it at this point. It's been too long. They would have announced something by now. I mean, Tearaway, Gravity Rush, and, well, just those two, really, have both gone continued on PS4. So, if they were going to continue, like, Soul Sacrifice or Freedom Wars, I think they would have done it by this point. Nintendo Treehouse is just shit at localizing. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, just because they end on a cliffhanger doesn't mean it's ever going to actually happen. Like, I was about to say Shenmue 3, but then I realized. Yes, what game ended on a cliffhanger that never got resolved? I guess you could say the Castlevania Iga-directed ones. Like, we never really found out what happened in 2035. I think that's right. This is a really boring course, actually. Yeah, this is just a dull. Ooh. What's this? Is that meant to be a roulette? Those meant to be poker chips? What's this? Oh no, this is Waluigi Pinball, isn't it? Is that what it's supposed to be? I cannot remember to save my life what this is meant to be now. If Freedom Wars 2 comes out, they would have to do so much because the combat is so solid, but there's nothing to fight. That sounds about right. Freedom Wars really could have benefited from a Delta level expansion. I'm going to skip the rest of this because seriously, this is going to take me ages. I'm going to have to put all the tracks down to like 2 laps or something because this is going to take a ridiculous amount of time. I like how the Wii U is a family console, but then you got Bayonetta there like a drunk adult, or a drunk aunt. Oh man, that is actually a way, isn't it? I would love to have a way of the Samurai on Vita like the 3 portable ones on PSP. Yeah, that'd be great. Metroid Fusion had a cliffhanger. Okay. Roulette Raceway Casino. Yeah, that was a pretty boring track, actually. I'm going to put the laps down to 1, because we are going to be here fucking forever. If I don't. If Bayonetta was my aunt, the family gatherings would be highly embarrassing. Put your hair back on. Something like that. I could just imagine that being shouted by a drunk uncle. I know Way of the Samurai 1 and 2 came out on PSP. Did Way of the Samurai 3 come out on PS3? PSP, sorry? I've been meaning to play Way of the Samurai. They look great. I guess the closest we have on the Vita is that Ukiyo no Rushi game that I did a video on a while back, but that never came out in English, so... Way of the Samurai 3 Portable was on PSP and you had an English patch. English partial patch. Okay. So it did come out on PSP. I can't play games with partial English patches. They just annoy me. Oh, really? Really? Knocked off the track by a bloody freeze spray. I wish PS2 emulation was better. PCSX2 is... Yeah. PCSX2... is still pretty good. I got nothing wrong with PCSX2. Yeah, there's Play, but Play is going to be nowhere for years. There was just that one guy working on it, which is unfortunate. I'd love to see portable PS2 emulation in some way, shape, or form, but I don't know how we're going to get that. I really don't. Is there any Vita game you want to see ported to Switch? That's an entirely fair question. I'll be damned if I can think of one. Portable PS2 emulation would be the holy grail. Definitely would be. If you can play PS2 on the go, that means you can do Dreamcast, that means you can probably do GameCube, and Xbox doesn't even have an emulator yet, so, you know, well, it does have an emulator, but it's basically nothing, so, would probably take some sort of GPD win with internals powerful enough to handle PCSX2. It's a shame, because, I don't think the GPD win is going to get a successor. It kind of sucks, really, because, their processor isn't getting a second revision or anything like that. They're using the same processor in their GPD pocket, but it's just not fast enough to run the more intense PS2 games via emulation, which really sucks. I would love to see another processor generation of that line from Intel, because if they get that, you could probably have Dreamcast, GameCube, PS2, and Saturn emulation all running properly on that sort of hardware, and if you had that, with a GPD win with all the kinks worked out, you could probably have the ultimate portable emulation device, but yeah, that's probably not going to happen, which is the most disappointing thing imaginable. Play does look like it has a lot of potential, though. The guy working on it seems like he knows his shit. Yeah, but it's still just one guy working in his spare time. It's not going to get done for years. I still have my PS2, and there are like 5 retro gaming shops near where I live, so I don't need any emulator for anything. That's a shame. I want a soft modded PS2 with one of those hard drives built in, but I don't have the money to go spending on a PS2 on eBay, plus the modded memory card, plus whatever the hell I need to keep the disc tray open so I can do the disc swapping or whatever the bloody hell it is you need to do with the soft modding. I would love to have one, but I don't have one. So, there you go. We kind of have them with games like the Jak and Daxter collection, the God of War collection. They're all terrible, except for the Sly collection. The Sly collection actually works pretty well, but I'm talking about the really fucking obscure PS2 games, like, Christ, no, Skies of Arcadia was Dreamcast. There's another game, like Sky Gunner. There was, a bunch of other games. I cannot remember off the top of my head because I'm busy playing bloody Modnation Races Vita, but there's a bunch of, like, really obscure games on PS2 that I would love to play on the go, but again, that shit won't happen. It really won't. Yeah, Mobile x86 is dead. Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, you can still have computers like you know, Alienware level stuff that'll do it just fine, but like something that you can put in your pocket is not going to happen. Your best hope, and this is not an advertisement, is probably going to be the Dragon Box Pyra, because the Dragon Box Pyra is it's its own thing like the GPD Win, but it's an ARM Linux computer, and what it has is an exchangeable CPU board. So if they ever make an ARM processor powerful enough to run PCSX2 via like Exagear desktop, which is like an ARM to an x86 to ARM sort of conversion style thing, if they ever make a processor powerful enough to do that, that might work, but that's still a couple of generations away. That's probably your best bet at the moment, unless Intel does something ridiculous, or if the Nvidia guys license out their Tegra processors for small-time devices like the Pyra. The Nintendo Switch runs a Tegra X1, a pretty bare-bones Tegra X1, so if there's anything that's going to do PlayStation 2 emulation, it's probably going to be that. And if Nintendo doesn't bring out like GameCube emulation, or at least GameCube like Virtual Console or whatever, on the Switch, I will call them liars. I will call them low-effort nobodies, because the Dolphin emulator has been used on a Tegra X1 infused tablet, and it was running Mario Kart Double Dash at 60 FPS, almost exclusively at 60 FPS. So if Nintendo can't do it with all the technical know-how and hardware knowledge that they have, I'm going to call them liars. You got your PS2 from a friend for 40 bucks, just got lucky, yeah. We have a PS2, but the, I think the audio-video connector's broken, and it's not even mine, so you know, I can't really go doing shit to it. Ever heard of Launchbox? It's that fancy front end, isn't it? The one that you have to pay like 20 bucks for a pro version for. I'm more comfortable with having all the individual emulators, which is why I don't like using RetroArch that much, but RetroArch is really the only comfortable way to play, RetroArch is really the only comfortable way to play, the Mendefend cores of Saturn and the PlayStation, so it's the only reason I keep it around. I know you can do drag and drop on the, what's it called? On the executable with Mendefend, but you still can't change the controls without going through a massive config screen and stuff like that, and it's annoying as shit. If a hacked Switch ends up playing PS2 games, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's possible. It might be, but you'd probably be looking at the really low-end stuff at best. The PSP is a modder's wet dream, and the Switch looks like it's going to be more popular. Possibly? It's entirely possible. I mean, I'd be amazed if they didn't get like Nintendo 64 and PS1 emulation running on it. But I legitimately don't know if the hackers will be able to do GameCube. I know Nintendo will be able to do GameCube, but I know Nintendo will be able to do GameCube, but I know that the hackers are going to have a much harder time with it. If only Vita was hacked to the extent PSP was. Well, it is, but you need to be on a low firmware. I imagine when the Vita eventually stops getting sold or something, that was an annoying thing to run into. I imagine once the Vita is well and truly screwed, someone's going to find that hole. I imagine there are people who actually have holes in the Vita security that just haven't revealed them yet out of, well, either they're holding onto the hacks for themselves, which, considering how hard it is to find Vita hacks, fair enough. But, also, if they're holding onto it just because the Vita's still getting games, and breaking the Vita open right at this very moment would be a bloody terrible idea. Bye. Because, you know, if the Vita gets hacked at this point, it's pretty much done, right? I mean, if they hack it in a way where you can't, undo it with a patch, it's pretty much done in the market. But then again, you'd still need the bloody memory cards and all that. But you know, that's just me. That's just me speculating more or less. I remember when people first figured out Homebrew on Vita, Sony shut it down via a patch a day later. Yeah, they were quick. And they shut it down good. Like, it took them years to find that hole. And then it was gone within a couple of days. So, that's about to be, that's about to be expected with Sony. Is this thing still played online? The online servers still work, but there's never been any online play for it. So, that's a thing. I'll be surprised if the Switch get 10 worthwhile Nintendo exclusives in 4 years. The new Mario game won't be here until December. Yeah. The Switch is actually selling, though, and getting good PR compared to the Wii U, though. So, they're probably going to stick with this one. Not the best start. Look at that horizon there. Oh, I managed to get off the track again. I'm stupid like that. Mario Kart 8 is the top-rated game of April. Well, honestly, but what else came out this month? Persona came out this month, didn't it? I think Vita owners will eventually buy a Switch. I don't see that happening en masse. I can see a portion of the population doing it, but I can't see the entire fan base just up and buying the Switch right off the bat. Or, you know, just like even in a couple of years. I don't see that happening. If I wanted to play Mario Kart, I'd get a Wii U or play it on CEMU. See, I want the battle mode. Like, the battle modes have always been my favorite part of the Mario Kart games for whatever reason, so seeing that they've actually got a bunch of interesting battle modes going on in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is what is really interesting me. And considering that it's got, like, online play and all that. The re-release doesn't have enough in it to buy it again. Well, if you didn't have Mario Kart 8 in the first place, I think Vita owners are way more interested in PS4 Pro. I'm a Vita owner and I'm not interested in the PS4 Pro. Not even close. My current PS4 works fine, so I don't even have a 4K monitor. Like, I don't see the point of a PS4 Pro if you don't have a 4K monitor. I got no idea what you'd get one for. The Nintendo Switch pulls a lot of stuff from the Vita, though. Seems like Nintendo obviously took the Vita as a role model for the Switch. Interesting comparison. Switch third party hasn't gone complete weed yet. Well, you're getting Fate Extella. That's probably them testing the waters. Those are some waters I hope they don't taste. People are, I should say, just while my mind's on it, I know a bunch of people here might have been the people who helped me build that top 100 list. My top 100 list isn't going to be the same as that list. It's going to be pretty close, but I think there's like 10 games I swapped out for other games just because I couldn't praise the ones that actually did end up on that list. So, I know Democracy was a big thing of that, but, yeah, there were just some games that I just couldn't praise. Like, the list is my personal list, and I'm going to make that perfectly clear when that video does eventually happen. So, you know, I just figured I'd say that to the people who are watching, because, it's my personal list at the end of the day. We really do need, like, a way to make a communal top 100 list, but I don't know how to make it that wouldn't be open to exploitation by a bunch of people. I know that there's a, PS4 Pro boost mode that apparently helps with, like, frame rates and shit on the PS4 Pro, but generally if there's a game that's low performance, I'd know about it and I wouldn't bloody buy the damn thing anyway. The only game I can think of that would really benefit from that is, Earth Defense Force 4.1 or even Earth Defense Force 5. I wonder when Earth Defense Force 5 is coming out. Have they announced a date for that yet? Oh, well, I might have to import it. You like the upgrades the Pro has? I don't really know. It's cool as long as Shinobito is still on the Vita. I imagine Smart Ass got a bunch of joke votes. No, actually, I didn't include that in the top 100. That was a neat game, that one, but I didn't think it was top 100 worthy. I wonder how we would do a collaborative top 100 list. I've designed games before, so you think I'd be able to handle something like that, but I can't think of a way that isn't open for abuse. If boost mode made Bloodborne 60 FPS, then I'd buy a PS4 Pro. I've beaten Bloodborne twice, so I didn't find the 30 FPS to be much of a problem in that game. Then again, I'd kill for a proper remaster of Dark Souls 1 with 60 FPS. Because, the PC port is so terrible that it's literally what's ended up turning me off the game at points, even with the bloody, Durante fix. Oh, for God's sake, how did I do that? Okay. German retailer gave EDF 5 a date of September 30. Oh yeah, that did get a little bit of a localization tease, didn't it? Galgun is number 1. It's on there. Galgun is on there, I promise you that much. I'd show you the list, but I'd rather it be a surprise. It's not going to be numbered in any way. It's just going to be in alphabetical order. Like, that's it. But if you watched that stream I did of the building the top 100 list as the second half of like the going over the Vita Lounge's top 100 games stream, you already know 90% of the list. You already know 90% of the list. So there you go. I never played Smart As, but I have bought quite 3DS games that have gone down to $15 USD. That was a horrible place to crash. Smart As is pretty good, but yeah, I haven't tried it since the service went down. I don't know if you can play that game offline. Bloody hope you can. Giant turd monster first boss now in 4K. Hollow Man, what are you asking really why to? I don't know what you're asking there. What do you think of Citra? I haven't tried it. I do think it's a necessity, and I like the fact that they're taking their time working on it and not being idiots, just supporting the most popular games right up front and letting the hacked builds do that. But yeah, I'm a fan of the way they're handling the emulator, so it'll be good to see the damn thing come about. The problem is I have no games on 3DS that I want to play, so there's it really doesn't have that much going for it in my eyes. The only games I've played on the 3DS recently are GQ Powerful Pro Baseball Heroes and Picross 3D Round 2. Those are the only two games I can bloody remember playing like the past year on the 3DS. Other than like the intro to Pokemon Sun and Moon, just so I could get it to a friend, get it to a point where I could trade with a friend to help him complete his Pokédex, which is what I talked about earlier. I just got my Vita and really don't know how people think it has no games. Well, hopefully when my video comes out, people will be able to point at it and point at my video and say, there's 100 games, a ridiculously diverse library, why haven't you been paying attention? I just fell off an edge. You hope it turns out just as good as Dolphin? Dolphin... Oh, fuck me, this is a hard track to stay on track on. You got Persona 4 Golden for 12 bucks. Yeah, that is... I don't know why everybody hasn't picked up a copy of Persona 4 Golden yet. It seems silly at this point. Well, to be fair, more people would play the Japanese and the indie games on Vita if people actually talked about the damn things. Wow, seriously? I'm still going the wrong way. Shit. But, the games press is, horrible about talking about actual Vita games when they come out. Like, fucking Kotaku, for the most part, always publish articles of, just basically bashing the fact that the Vita's got no games. Then you've got people like NeoGAF. Every time a game like Criminal Girls comes out, they're like, oh, this is too sexy for our liking, ban it. That's pretty much all they fucking do over there. It's just, all the press is just retarded when it comes to, covering the Vita. And it's one of the reasons why I don't like the games press in general, just because they're shit at their job most of the time. Yay, I won. What if Scalebound gets put on the Switch? That would be hilarious. These are probably the people who just play Call of Duty and Madden. Not even Madden, just Call of Duty. Like, have you seen Polygon play Doom? Like, Polygon is retarded. Polygon gave a higher score to Resistance Burning Skies than they did to Killzone Mercenary. I don't care what justification you have for that. That's retarded. That is so many different kinds of retarded. They should have gone back and scored fucking Resistance Burning Skies lower. That was retarded. The only thing I'd buy a 3DS for is Monster Hunter. I've tried playing Monster Hunter, I couldn't get on with it, so yeah. The only game I would love to play on the DS is the Dragon Quest VII Remake. I'd rather just play the original, honestly. There are a lot more... There's a lot more besides indie games or Japanese games on the Vita 5th. I don't know why you put a 5th there. But it really is just a majority Japanese games and indie games. It really is. The Vita has games for almost every kind, except open world, first-person RPGs. Because apparently that's all people want these days. Burning Skies was indeed garbage, and they rated it a 6.5. I mean, to be fair, I'd probably give Resistance a 4 or a 5, but not a 6.5. It's incredible just how badly they managed to, screw up Call of Duty after that. But then again, Considering that they only had 6 months to get Call of Duty working, what they came up with was actually kind of incredible in the scheme of things. Is Resistance Burning Skies worse than Black Ops Declassified? On a technical level, no. But, I mean, Black Ops Declassified is more enjoyable. It's just way worse in the technical side of things. We'll just say it's all a bit shit and we'll just get over it like that, huh? I actually prestiged in Call of Duty Black Ops Declassified. Like, I know that sounds retarded, but I actually did kind of enjoy that. What's your favourite Vita games? You're going to find out this weekend. Promise you that much. The Vita's library is small in a way that there is no shovelware on it. 8th floor. That's all I have to say. 8th floor. 8th floor is nothing but shovelware. I'm more into Borderlands 2 or Unit 13. Killzone I'd like, but that game's hard to find, and if you find it, it probably won't be cheap. Borderlands 2 is crap, dude. Come on. Why are PC people so hyped for Vita games they never cared about? I have no idea. It's annoying like that. How many tracks do we have left to do? A fair few. Let's start going from the back this time. Have you played Disney Infinity PS Vita? No, I have not, because you have to get a physical copy of that because you need the base. And I don't have any Disney Infinity things at all, so I wouldn't be able to do a good show off of that. I believe Mr. PS Vita Reviews did a video on that before he just up and quit. But I never watched it. Unit 13 with online would have been great. You mean like competitive multiplayer? I care about some Vita games. I want to get a Vita sometime. Then why are you watching my channel? I guess you just want to see what Vita games are coming out. I've played SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3, but that game was so weird. Borderlands 2 is that bad, dude. I mean, I've played it on console, I've played it on PC, I've played it on... Well, I've played it pretty much everywhere you can play it, except for, like, Android. Yes, it did actually come out on Android. It's not good, dude. It's not. Not on Vita. You prefer the first Borderlands? I prefer Borderlands 2, but, I can still see the charm in Borderlands 1. Then again, I'm personally never going to play the series again, just because, I absolutely inherently disagree with, Randy Pitchford and Gearbox's style of business, and after what they did to Timegate, I can't in good conscience like buy or support any of their games anymore. I'm happy that Battleborn went down a hole, because it means that it just... Christ, I hate Gearbox so fucking much, guys. I love Timegate. Timegate were the people who made a game called Section 8 Prejudice. Section 8 Prejudice was a sci-fi FPS that had Battlefield sensibilities. And it was fucking great. Like, I enjoyed the shit out of that game. I loved Section 8 Prejudice. I also played the original Section 8, which was only a campaign, but Section 8 Prejudice added like a Battlefield-style combined arms multiplayer with this unique system where there'd be objectives popping up all over the map and you'd have to fight over them for extra points. And that game was great. I spent way too much time playing that until they took down the Windows games for Windows Live servers, and that meant you couldn't play it anymore. I was so disappointed. And Timegate were the people who developed the campaign for Aliens Colonial Marines, because it was farmed out to them by Gearbox when Gearbox realized they couldn't fucking do it. So they had a really short time limit and basically no idea of what the hell they were doing. So because they just got this project half finished thrust onto them, and Timegate had to close because of it. At the end of the day, they had to close because of how badly Gearbox fucked them with Aliens Colonial Marines. It's the worst fucking thing in the world. And I hate them for that. They were working on a game called Minimum at the time, which got sold off to Atari and turned into a free-to-play piece of crap. So, I am legitimately so disappointed. That's not even getting into games like Battleborn basically being, like, they were actively attempting to clone Overwatch's marketing campaigns to try and draw people away from Overwatch. That doesn't get into how they fucked with Duke Nukem. That doesn't get into, like, any of the shit that they've done. It's just... oh, man, I hate them. I hate them so much. Same reason I hate Double Fine with, like, the whole space-based DF9 crap, the fact that Tim Schafer is as much of a cuck as Randy Pitchford is. It's... no, it's not great. But yeah, Randy Pitchford can go to hell. Gearbox can go to hell. I liked Borderlands. I wanted to play the third Borderlands, but I mean, after Aliens Colonial Marines and Timegate shuttering, I can't bring myself to support anything that company does anymore. So fuck them. Have you played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on PS Vita? Yes, I have played it a bit. I'm shit at it. I'm absolutely shit at it, but I have played it. It's pretty good. The only one no one can argue with is Vanillaware. Those guys are gods. People have tried. People have tried to argue with them. I'm completely serious. That game is annoying as shit. But Sony said they would re-release Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on PS Vita and PS3 on the PlayStation Experience, but you look and there's nothing. They re-released it on PS4. They didn't bother bringing it back out on PS Vita. Probably because they wouldn't get any sales for it. Give me something nice to talk about, please. I don't want to be thinking about bloody Gearbox. Fighting game is what I miss on Vita. I need one, but I don't know which one is great. Any suggestion? The first, if you want anime, go BlazBlue. If you want more realistic or more Western style, go Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat's got the most content out of all of them. if you give me an idea of what you like in the way of fighting games, I might be able to help you out. But, you know, just saying I want a fighting game isn't much to work with, considering how many fighting games the Vita has. I really want Under Night In-Birth EXE latest to come over to the West, but... Illegal shortcut for running into the UFO? What the fuck? Best BlazBlue, latest one. What else? I liked Bulletstorm. I thought Bulletstorm was a pretty good game, but I can't justify buying the full clip edition. Best BlazBlue? Yeah, the latest one. That's pretty much all there is to it. The latest BlazBlue is the best BlazBlue. Daisen Ryaku. Daisen Ryaku is not a fighting game, goddammit. Although I am looking to import some more of System Soft Alpha's titles. I'm waiting for them to announce a release date for the new, for their new Taiheyu no Arashi game, which, translates roughly to Pacific Storm. Guru Mark of the Wolves. Apparently the netcode for Guru Mark of the Wolves is really bad. I didn't notice. I want a Sonic game on the Vita that's not a racer. It's a shame Freedom Planet never came out on the Vita, because that was pretty close. But yeah, I can't really think of a Sonic-like game. There are Sonic games on the PSP, I think, but it's only like Sonic Heroes. Get a SNES emulator on your Vita and play Unholy Knight the Darkness Hunter. Isn't that SNES game that literally just came out this year? Is Guilty Gear somewhat like BlazBlue? Yes, it is more technically complex than BlazBlue. It's from the same people, and it was made before BlazBlue ever existed, because apparently Arc System Works lost the license to Guilty Gear at some point, so they ended up doing BlazBlue instead, which is more like a spiritual successor, but now they have access to Guilty Gear again, so they're doing Guilty Gear, and BlazBlue is kind of being left by the wayside. Only Sonic Rivals. Yeah, Sonic Rivals, not Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is the one where it's like a 3-person tag team. Get a Genesis emulator. Actually, the Sonic Mega Collection, or whatever it's called on PSP, the Genesis Collection, whatever, it's got the first 2 Sonic the Hedgehog games on it, I think, and it does run on the Vita somehow. You might need to transfer the game via PS3, I don't remember specifically, but I know that there's a Genesis collection that has the first 2 games in it. So if you want a Sonic game on the Vita, there you go. Although apparently the emulation isn't 100% up to snuff. Jesus Christ, stop the shaking! Why is it shaking so much? There we go. Jesus. Well, that was a short track. Come on, people. Give me something to talk about. I can't sit here. How many tracks have I got left? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is probably going to take another 20 minutes at the very least. Are there any PSP must-buys on the Vita? There's a few, although I'll be damned if I can remember any off the top of my head. I remember leaving a comment on Reddit a while ago with the list of PSP games I recommend to play on the Vita, but it's going to take me ages to find that if I go looking for it. What do you think about the Vita Lego games? It's all the same Lego-style games. I can't really be... I can't be bothered with them, honestly. Future of the Vita? I don't know. I did say that on Twitter a while back that I could imagine people being... I could imagine publishers starting to leave. I mean, Koei Tecmo's obviously completely given up on the Vita. Or at the very least have given up on it a lot. Just mainly because, like, they're not bringing over They're not bringing over Musu Stars. They're not bringing over Spirit of Sonata. They haven't brought over Nobunaga's Ambition Ascension. So, I mean, I could see them doing like one more Italia game just so the 3 trilogies are complete. And it probably wouldn't cost them that much to do. But, I mean, other than that, I can't imagine them doing any more Vita games. Because if they don't bring over fucking Musu Stars, like, what reason do I have to believe that they're actually going to keep supporting the Vita? It just seems dumb. Comparing Guilty Gear, BlazBlue, and Arcana Heart. Arcana Heart's pretty good too, but it's definitely the worst of the 3 games. Just avoid that, Ring. Are you excited for Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash? Not really. Honestly, not really, but I saw Rising Superstream, which is Liam, who used to be on Two Best Friends Play. I saw him playing it, and the crouch walk of some of the characters is absolutely ridiculous. It's just as bouncy as their chests. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Koei Tecmo is looking at that other console, the one that starts with S. Yes, of course they are. I mean, who isn't looking at that at this point? There's already 2 ports of Nobunaga's Ambition Ascension and Romance of the Three Kingdoms 13 on the Switch, and I'm kind of surprised they haven't announced that for I'm kind of surprised they haven't announced that for those 2 games for English yet. How do you feel about emulation as a whole? I feel the preservation of game consoles and the fact that you can code actual hardware to work in software is cool. Yeah, I love emulation. I think it's the best thing ever. I mean, I wouldn't be able to see what the ZX Spectrum is like without emulation these days. I wouldn't be able to see what the NES is like without emulation these days, without SNES. Like, the bloody Virtual Console is literally just ROMs Nintendo was ripped off the internet, made an emulator for, and stuck up on their consoles. That's literally all they do. Without emulation, we wouldn't have, like, the majority of the game library that we have today. We would have lost the libraries of all the old 8-bit computers, of all the old 8-bit consoles, of everything that came out around the time around the Atari 2600. We would have lost a bunch of arcade games. We would have lost almost everything in the past, like anything more than like 5-10 years ago. We would have lost all of them if we didn't do emulation in one way, shape, or form. So, so you know, it's just kind of disappointing that the law is against it, more or less, right? But frankly, I don't care. I'm going to keep a full collection. How the hell did I not get thrown off track for that? I'm going to keep a full collection of everything I can on my hard drives, and I'm going to hold on to it for dear life, just because it's more important to preserve those games than a bunch of people getting really upset that they don't get to make money off those games anymore. That's what I think. That's the more important thing. Preservation is more important. Romance of the Three Kingdoms was not coming here. They haven't announced the Vita version. They have announced the expansions for the PS4, the Xbox One, and I believe PC too, but I could be remembering that wrong. They have not announced the Switch versions. I do not know if they do plan on localizing them. But, well, if they do, well, they've already got the versions right there and ready. They're literally both released in Japan right now, so there's no reason for them to pick those 2 versions up on the Switch and localize them into English. But whatever. Sony, the Vita isn't dead, removes PlayStation Now support for the Vita. They removed PlayStation Now support for everything except, like, the PS4, didn't they? How much would that camera to record portable mode cost? I don't know. I have no idea. I do not know cameras. Cameras are not my thing. I honestly could not tell you how much it would cost. And frankly, I don't think I'd need to worry too much about it, just because there are a few games that use the touchscreen that can also be played in TV mode. So, I mean, the only games that, like, there will be very few games that can't be recorded using TV mode, and frankly, I don't mind. I don't mind in the slightest having to get out the old mobile phone camera and working with that. Because I get the feeling that I won't have to do it very often. Like, Lil Inferno and World of Goo do let you use the touchscreen if you're in TV mode, but they work with the controllers if you're in dock mode. If you're in portable mode and dock mode, respectively. It's just... I don't think the camera will be necessary. I'd rather not waste anyone's money, is what I'm trying to say. Emulation is legal, pirating games isn't. Well, the thing is, pirating games is as much a legal curiosity as anything, because the majority of the games that I have as like ROM collections on my hard drives are literally you can't buy them anymore. There is no way to buy 99.99% of the games that I have in my ROM collections. So, of course I don't own them because I literally can't. The PSP games? What PSP games? Were there Nobunaga's Ambition and Remnants of the Three Kingdoms games on PSP? I know that there's they remastered like the 4th and 5th one. Not the 4th or 5th, one or the other. Nobunaga's Ambition game for like mobile phones and Vita. And I've been meaning to pick that one up. Yes, I know there's awkward silence, but I'm not going to... Just, you guys are making unfunny the Vita isn't dead jokes. That doesn't give me anything to work with. God damn it. The Vita is now used as paperweights and door stoppers. It would make a good paperweight. It's pretty damn heavy. At least the OLED versions are. The NIS Vita, because Sony abandoned it. That's kind of what it feels like lately. Like, a ridiculous amount of games are coming over from NIS, and they've still got more than they can bring over in time. It's a bit weird. Still waiting on Coven and Labyrinth of Refrain, and, The Princess is Money Hungry. Pretty Co Vita. It explodes when you throw it. Well, we better take Soul and Sanctuary off the store. People are going to get hurt. Favorite game so far this year? That's a tough question. What the fuck have I played this year? I'd look it up, but, I guess it'd be Soul and Sanctuary if we're talking about just Vita. Shy Ren came out last year. Mario Kart 8 isn't out yet. Fucking walls. Yes, you better stop mentioning that game or I will ban you. We all know you're going to play the Shy out of it. Probably not the Shy out of it, but... Well, if the battle mode is good, I'm going to play the Shy out of it. Definitely. Nobody cares if the game's over a decade old when you pirate it. Pirating new games is bad, though. I don't care. There's billions of people and having a few thousand pirates isn't going to hurt anyone. I get that is kind of true. It's just you don't want piracy to become too... you don't want it to become too societally acceptable, because then everyone will just start pirating. I mean, there are reasons where it's societally acceptable in some places, like Russia? Because Russians... median wage is about like a third of anyone else in the developed Western world, so their games need to be nice and cheap, and considering that nobody makes that much money there anyway, they just have a lot of pirates, so yeah. What happened to Duke Nukem on Vita? Got delisted because the license ran out. It was ported by, I think, Curve, but Curve didn't get the license after Gearbox bought it. Then when Gearbox bought out their World Tour Edition, whatever the fuck it was called, they didn't bother bringing the Megaton Edition back out Vita. Did you play the Ratchet & Clank collection? Yes, I was mostly disappointed in it. Ratchet & Clank 3 was the only one that worked even remotely decently. 2 kept crashing and 1 performed horribly at times. I do need to, I should play Ratchet & Clank 3 again. I love those games. The only reason to hack my Vita would be to make a good theme. I'd love to see the cross-media bar come back in a hack somehow, but I don't think that's going to happen. I feel like the ultimate criminal when I download a 25-year-old ROM for a game that nobody cares about and completely forgot about. There are a few games like that, actually, like, fucking Euphoria. That game came out, basically got no reception whatsoever, and now it's regarded as like a cult classic. Despite the fact that nobody paid attention to it at the time. Chick-a-blit. The only, I feel like the whole piracy argument is silly because it assumes everyone has the knowledge and ability to pirate, but chooses not to. Pretty much, there is no equivalent to, like, the fully loaded Kodi box for emulation. You do have to know a bunch of shit to emulate properly, and depending on the platform, you might need to know even more. Like, if you want to pirate for PS2, for example, you have to know how to configure PCSX2 properly, so... Or emulate for, PS2. You do need to go to the effort of buying a bunch of shit. The reason why the PSP got pirated so much was because it was so fucking easy to do. So, there you go. Yeah, all the games have audio glitches. My PS3 copy of Ratchet & Clank 3 actually had a bunch of audio glitches as well. It was weird. It made the robot guy sound even more robotic. It was really odd. If the game's on GOG, I'll usually buy it. Yeah. So will I, for the most part. The space sections run like crap. Of course they do. Do you know why Sony won't give Vita the option to use premium avatars? I feel like they just forgot to put it in. Goku Legacy. Is that Game Boy Advance game? Dragon Ball Z? I heard those games were good. I just never got around to playing them. I never actually owned a Game Boy Advance. I went straight from a Game Boy Pocket to a Nintendo DS. And, the only Game Boy Advance game I had on that was, Pokemon Emerald. The majority of Game Boy Advance games I've played have been via emulation. And it's funny, because most of the games I've played on Game Boy Advance I've actually liked. So, there you go. Only smart people can pirate and emulate, and there's a lot of retards out there. That's kind of rude, but at the same time, it's definitely true. Like, you have to remember, like, I don't remember who said this, I think it was a comedian. Remember that there is an average person, and then remember half the people in the world, there's an average level of intelligence in the world, and then remember half the people are below that. So, yeah. They should remake Double Dash, I'd be all over that. Well, in Mario Kart 8, you can actually hold 2 items at a time now. Like Double Dash, so... That's kind of neat. You know what would be cool on Vita? An Elder Scrolls game, of course. That's exactly what I just said a few minutes ago. Legacy 2 was good, Legacy was crap. Okay. The Game Boy Advance was when Nintendo still needed to innovate to be, well, good. So... Yeah, they released that Oblivion game on PSP, didn't they? Like, someone released a beta version of it that was, like, half-finished, but still relatively working, that you could play on, PPSSPP. Elder Scrolls N-Gage. Did they actually put out an Elder Scrolls game on the N-Gage? I never played the N-Gage. I know I had a few things on it, like a Tomb Raider game, but yeah, nobody bought an N-Gage, so it's pretty obvious why I've never even seen one. Chrono Phantasma Extend is the latest one. I was hoping Central Fiction would turn up on Vita, but it didn't for some reason. I don't know why Arc System Works decided to stop doing ports. But they did. No, there was one. It was called Shadow Key. Alright. I'd ask if it was any good, but it's the N-Gage we're talking about. It probably wasn't. George Carlin said yes, the intelligence shtick. Is the Vita better used for emulating? No, there are devices you can do emulators better on. Because on a Vita or a PSP, for example, you can't do the old school computers. You can't do, like, 6-button pads. You can't do shit like that. Where the hell am I meant to go now? Oh, shit. How much will you pay if someone made a memory card adapter? Not much. I can't imagine it working very well. Just in general, really. I just remember the N-Gage being expensive and bulky looking. Yep, same for me. It looked like there was this promo where just someone holding the damn thing up to their ear to use it in the phone mode, and it looked fucking ridiculous. GBA and GameCube were the last Nintendo products to not have gimmicks. Yeah, pretty much. N-Gage, I just remember a Taco phone. I really feel Sony's terrible memory card pricing helped kill the Vita. If they put, like, 32 gig or 16 gig or whatever of internal storage in the Vita by default, it would have turned out fine. Just because people would have been able to play a bunch of games and, you know, just, like, move them around as they needed to. But, yeah. Most N-Gage games are bad ports of GBA games. Really? I wasn't really aware of that. What Game Boy Advance games came out on the N-Gage? I'm not going to claim to know much about the N-Gage, which is why I'm asking. Sonic Advance and Splinter Cell. I wish Vita had real 3G. Yeah, that would be nice. That would have been nice, but at the same time, I can't really see it being very effective in, like, online games. Like, imagine back in 2011, if there was a game like, fucking, what's it called? Killzone on the Vita at that point. At the current 3G technology, it would not have worked. It would not have even come close to working properly. Get Digimon's story, said Hiss. I can't really give you a reason, that's just the one I feel like you'd enjoy the most. That was a boring track. How many tracks we got left to do? 4. Okay. I like to think that this stream has done what I intended it to quite well, which is show off the online functionality, show off a bunch of the stuff that got created on it, and just, you know, be a little bit of historical preservation, even if it's not complete. The Digimon Order game reminds me of Digimon World Championship on the DS. It's basically a remake of Digimon World on the PlayStation 1, and I loved the shit out of that game. That game was ridiculous. Like, I don't know why I liked it so much, because it's one of the most obscure and difficult games I've played in my life, just to figure out what the bloody hell you're meant to be doing, but I still loved it anyway. I remember printing out an entire strategy guide for it back in the days where, I was going to say back in the days where printer ink was still expensive and printers were still shit, but they are still shit to this very day. So, yeah, that doesn't really help. But I remember way back when, just like printing out an entire strategy guide for it. And I still never really got to the end of it. I think the furthest I ever got on that game was, the first visit into the Infinite Dungeon, whatever the bloody hell it's called, where it's the whole techno-style dungeon thing that had going on for it. Wait, did I just play the same track again? I did, didn't I? Shit. Look at me. Is the Golden Week sale tomorrow? No. Maybe. Yes. How am I supposed to know? I don't work for Sony. I don't get any PR from... I don't get anything from Sony. It's just, I literally work with what you guys have. My weekly updates are literally just compilations of news that, have gone out to the public. I only think twice I've been asked not to reveal something on a weekly update. Man, I don't know what Sony owes me. Time of day would be nice. I mean, PlayStation Australia actually got onto me at one point and offered me, you know, like PR coverage and everything, but this just so happened to be at the time after Tearaway came out and they had basically no games to work with, so I basically never needed to contact them again. Vita gets better sales in Mexico. There are some weird territories that really like the Vita. Spain, as far as I'm aware, ordered like 100,000 something Vitas because apparently they really love their Invisibles. Invisibles is apparently as big as Pokemon is over there, so that's kind of neat. Does Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth play like a Persona? Yeah, that's kind of accurate. I mean, there's no social links, but but raising the Digimon is kind of like raising your personas up. And the dungeons, well, the dungeons are all pre-made. They're not like Persona where they're all just procedurally generated. Oh shit. Oh shit again. Drift away. And there's the finish line. I was wondering where it was. That was a surprisingly long track. Got dogs barking one side of the house, birds crowing on the other side of the house. Car going by outside. You love turn-based behind-the-back perspective. That's a weird thing to like. Waiting for Persona 5 dancing all night. God, I hope it's not as shit as 4 was. Spiders hissing. Kangaroos kicking. Imagine Doom on Vita. That'd be kind of neat. But it'd have to be like a Xandronum port, so it'd have online multiplayer and mod support and stuff like that. Unless you're talking about the remake. But I'm still more of a fan of the original than I am the remake, so yeah, drop bears dropping, kangaroos kicking, spiders spitting, scorpions stinging, ants anting. I got nothing for ants. We have a lot of ants around here, actually. They're kind of annoying. Because you get, Because you get a lot of them. Like, for some reason, ants love our air conditioning remote. Don't ask me what it is about air conditioning remote that they love, but I always find a couple just stuck inside there. I'm worried they're going to eat away at the circuitry. Are ants the size of golf balls? No, they are not. At least in Australia, it's the environment trying to kill you. And you can mitigate the environment. In bloody Middle Eastern countries, third world countries like South Africa, it's the actual people trying to kill you, and people are much more effective. Oh, crap. Oh, that continues. Right, okay. Australia, where even the government tries to kill you with bad policies. That's indeed true. Ah, fucking hell. Man, I'm not really doing well on this one, am I? Well, everybody just ran into that sign. And we all fell off the edge, and almost all fell off the edge again. Just because of the weird respawn spot. You feel like the only one who doesn't care for P4G. That's unfortunate. It's a good game. Better JRPGs in general to play? Honestly, I can't really think of one that I would prefer to play over P4G. It's, peer pressure. You'd rather play P5 than P4G? That's fine. Cold Steel. I don't know. I don't think I'd put that as better than Persona 4. Is Assassin's Creed Chronicles good? It's alright. It's all good. Not great, not fantastic, but it's a neat conversion of Assassin's Creed to 2D stuff. The numerous dungeon RPGs. The only one that even comes close is Demon Gaze. That's the thing. P4G is too happy all the time. That is one way to put it, I guess. That game really could have done with a bit more darkness. You are right. Five sure fixes the tonal problem. Yeah, it sure starts out pretty harsh, doesn't it? Super Meat Boy's fine on Vita. You don't get the online levels, which kind of sucks, but you get everything else. It all works fine. Bloody hell. Oh, not again. Back on the road, for God's sake. The steering's harder for some reason. I don't know what happened. I hope my analog stick isn't fucking up. That would be a brilliant time for it to start fucking up. I don't even know what Project Phoenix is. I've heard of it, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here. I've played through all the tracks I downloaded. We've seen a bunch of everything, and it's been 2.5 hours, so... I think this is about the time to, I think this is about the time to stop. That was fun, though. That was a lot of random tracks to play. Bunch of weird characters we saw. Bunch of weird crap. But anyway. A good warm-up for the true God-tier racing game later this week. Haha. Sorry, Rick. I've been going for 2.5 hours, mate. I usually try and start the streams at the usual time, so anyone who's paying attention to my channel will know. Anyone who's truly paying attention to my channel will know about when something's about to start up, but... Oh well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll put this video up as, Wednesday's video, maybe. Just in case I don't have something to go up on Wednesday. I was expecting to have a copy of The Legend of Dark Witch by now, but it hasn't come in yet. Might have come in while I was streaming, but, yeah. I was expecting a copy of that, and it just hasn't come in yet, so... If I don't have anything to put up on Wednesday, this will go up instead. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. I'll see all you guys next time you watch one of these bloody videos, because you've already been watching it way too bloody much if you've been watching this entire stream. EDF2 stream, just... Streams are... They're a bit more off the cuff, and I only try and do them when I've got a really good reason for them sometimes, so, you know, EDF2, unless the EDF2 servers go down in, like, the next 6 months or something, I can't see that happening unless I get some major free time on my hands. So, I'll keep it in mind, though. I'll keep it in mind. And this is where the stream ends. So, see yous all later.